What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Saturday, the 25th of April, 2015. As always, the first link below, ticket to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all of this madness. It's going to be a long report. I got tons of stuff. Start off with breaking news. We got powerful 7.9 quake out in Nepal. CNN's reporting 7.9, RT's reporting 7.5, 6-point aftershocks. Now, this is happening in a landlocked part of the world. However, the coastal areas adjacent, there's 7 buoys going off. So I don't know if that's something to do with the quake or what, but just be advised. Let's get on with the news. First link on the Blogspot: genocide charged as boat capsizes in the Mediterranean. Hundreds of people dead. My thoughts go out to everybody. I think the people in charge of that boat have been charged. We got a radioactive drone found on Japan Prime Minister's office roof. What's up with that? That's being reported from RT. We got Statue of Liberty and Liberty Island evacuated due to suspicious package. Just happened yesterday. I don't think anything came of this, but just be advised. In D.C., latest White House intruder arrested after climbing fence with suspicious packages, April 20. A lot of stuff going on with the White House in D.C. lately. People flying drones and helicopters in. Oh, my. Gunman dies after police shootout in Walmart parking lot. Apparently, this guy barricaded himself in some sort of bus. They shot gas into the bus. Eerily reminds me of Joseph Moshe. I don't know. I'll put a link to the story. We got teen arrested for shooting plot on anniversary of Columbine massacre. This came out April 20, 2015. Craziness. Let's see here. Weed killer likely cause of Nigeria mystery disease that killed 18, says World Health Organization. I'm just jumping around all over the place here, just random stuff. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., bird flu outbreak continues as flock of millions infected in Iowa. Be advised, this came out April 20. Bird flu, alert again this week. A couple more here in the general bin. We got school blames poor lighting for Michelle Obama lunch. You got to pull it up and check out the pictures. What the hell is that they're feeding school kids now? Meanwhile, shout out to Dr. Oz, the Dr. Oz truthers who think he's saving them from Monsanto's GMOs. I don't know a lot about this Dr. Oz. I don't watch his show, but if he's standing up against GMO, then he certainly has my support and much love and shout out to him. I do see him demonizing him very much in the mainstream media. Over to financial news, how the Dow Jones did on the week. Looks like Friday it was up 21 points. For the week it was up 253, closed at 18,080, back up above 18,000. Right on, go Dow. Meanwhile, look at this. I don't know this website. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt. US dollar substitute to go public October 20th, 2015, question mark. I'll put a link to it. IMF tells regulators to brace for global liquidity shock. Whatever does that mean? That came out April 15. Big stuff going on in the financial world. Meanwhile, China, look at this now. Yahoo News reporting how China is upsetting the old global economic order. We got, look at this. I was going to put this in the last video with the Jade Helm stuff, but I don't think this is Jade Helm related. This is just crazy news. McDonald's to close 900 stores amid falling profits. Now, that's worldwide. If people are actually waking up to the junk that McDonald's is serving them, then I think this is a good thing. However, 900 stores closing, that's going to be a lot of people out of work. So, the economy is doing better. I don't know, man. That came out April 24, by the way. Zero Hedge is reporting the Greek White Knight emerges Putin to give Athens, I don't know what that is, $5 billion for advanced gas pipeline fees. 4/18/2015. A couple more. Health law brings growth in food stamps in some states. Now, keep that in mind. The thing going on in Australia where they're going to vaccinate everybody on government assistance, or you're not going to get your government assistance. Keep that in mind as you look at this story. Is that coming to the U.S.? A couple more in the financial bin. Let's see. Average fine for non-compliance with Obamacare, $1,130. You can take that job and shove it. Hello, 8 million phone calls unanswered as IRS cut taxpayer service. Ringing phones at the IRS, no one to, and who's going to enforce the Obamacare crap? One more, this sad story here. U.S. Army will close 10 warrior transition units. Now, they say this is not because of the sequestration and they're just consolidating things, but, read through the fine print, you figure out there's just no more money in the budget for that. But I bet there's plenty of money in the budget for the commander-in-chief to continue to play golf. Over to New World Order and police state news. This is outrageous. Video shows cop knocking DWI suspect out. This is a woman in front of her child. Now, the report is she was drunk and belligerent and all this, but if you pull it up and check out the video, the way this cop slams her on the pavement, knocks her unconscious. I mean, what does this cop go home and tell his wife? Honey, how was your day at work? Oh, I knocked some woman unconscious today right in front of her child because she wouldn't comply. Unfreaking called for. I hope that cop is fired. Although his department's backing up his actions, what else is new? Cops kill man refusing to ID himself as he dropped off stray cat at animal shelter. I don't know what state that's in. Doesn't really matter. Somewhere in America. Kansas police seize a child and arrested his mother after he defended medical marijuana during a school presentation. I'll put a link to it. The anti-media reports teenage students forced to strip and shake their breasts in school drug search. Just comply, slaves. Get them while they're young. Meanwhile, Montreal woman convicted of posting anti-police graffiti on Instagram. No freedom of speech for you. We Are Change reports Hong Kong is using DNA analysts to publicly shame litter bugs. Take a look at that. It's kind of freaky technology there. Meanwhile, if you snitch, your career is done. Former Baltimore cop says he was harassed, labeled a rat after attempt to root out police brutality. Well, much love and shout out to him. Shout out to any of the cops that try to do the right thing. And the rest of you, shame on you. For hiding the corruption. A couple more in the police state ban. Congress is trying to now, remember a couple weeks ago, the Patriot Act is going to be repealed and all this crap. Now look at this. Congress is trying to reauthorize key Patriot Act provisions by sneaking it into the USA Freedom Act. Be advised, no Patriot Act going nowhere. Canadian Army, that was a double negative, wasn't it? I apologize. Canadian Army, you got some Jade Helm news. Canadian Army partners with U.S. troops and deployment exercise. Now, this was from back in March, but with Jade Helm coming up, just FYI. Meanwhile, All News Pipeline is reporting explosives go missing from Halliburton in Jade Helm 15, Texas, sending out major false flag, red flag. I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. The way they're wording it's kind of fear-mongerish, but just be advised. I don't know. Over to World War III news. Check this out. Russia says no to one world government. What is a one world government? What do they think? Russia's conspiracy theorists, I swear. MSN reports Japan jets scramble at Cold War levels as Chinese and Russian incursions increase. A lot of tension going on around the world. 300 U.S. paratroopers arrive in Ukraine after Russia says its missiles will target NATO member states. 4/17/2015, some tough talk going on. AP reports U.S. official says Iran cargo ships reversed the course. Over the past week, there was a lot of tension with these Iran ships. Apparently, they're reversing course. Not sure if that's going to flare back up or not. China warns that North Korean nuclear threat is rising. This from the Wall Street Journal on April 22nd. I'm not going to subscribe to your website to read more. Israel sprays Gaza farms with poisonous chemicals. This is being reported from We Are Change on April 23rd. What's up with that? Afghanistan suicide bomb in Jalalabad. I'm sorry, I can't say that word properly. Leaves many dead. My thoughts go out to the dead. I don't mean to, I didn't mean to crack a joke. Dead people, it's not something to crack a joke about. Sorry, it's just my sick sense of humor. Yemen Shiite rebel leader vows not to surrender amid strikes. This is all just kind of running together this week. That April 19th. Couple more, and then we're done with this part of it. Terror plot on Paris church thwarted after extremist accidentally shoots himself. Look, man, the gun went off. I don't know why. That being reported from Time. One more. This is a bizarre story. InfoWars reporter featured a new ISIS propaganda video. Over to Earth Changes in 2012 news now, and just breaking on CNN right now. Powerful 7.9 mag quake hits Nepal. I report on that at the beginning of the report. I put a link from the USGS. Looks like we had a 6.6 aftershock. The initial 7.9 being reported, although RT's still going with a 7.5. We had a 6.2 out of Canada on the 24th, 6.3 out of Solomon Islands on the 22nd, 6.4 out of Taiwan on the 20th. Big quakes in the last week. I'll put the link to the USGS. Big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. We also had this massive volcano gone off several times now. This is down in Chile. You have got to pull up this link from RT and scroll down and look at the images. You got ash, you got cloud, you got volcanic lightning. I mean, watch the video. It just looks surreal, man. It's like something, it's like, what the hell's going on? I think Mother Nature is just telling us that, letting us know that we are her bitch, and she will wipe us out if she, there's no new world order that can compare to the power of Mother Nature, is what I see coming out of that volcano. Anyway, check it out. Just, man, my thoughts with everybody who's in the line of that thing. We got, speaking of volcano, vast magma reservoir found hidden beneath Yellowstone Park. This came out April 23rd. Yellowstone? I don't know. We got, speaking of earthquakes and volcanoes, neutrino experiment to move to Fermilab. I don't know where that is, but one thing I know about neutrinos is from watching the movie 2012. So if you're into that kind of stuff, that article might interest you. Other news going on: why is it raining worms in Norway? Bizarre weather phenomenon sees creatures fall from the sky. Wow, that's weird. Daily Mail, that's what they're reporting. Meanwhile, back in the United States, we got two homes deemed unsafe after landslide. I believe this is in New Jersey. Big landslide in New Jersey. Speaking of neutrinos and earth crust displacement, I don't know. Joe for America is reporting California dumps 1 trillion gallons of fresh water into the ocean, declares water shortage. This came out April 14. I didn't know they were dumping water in, but doesn't it strike you as odd that a state right next to the ocean is having water problems? Shouldn't we be investing money into distillation? What do they call it? Distillation, whatever that's called, using ocean water as fresh water. But of course, you got Fukushima radiation coming at you. In fact, I got some links coming up on that. Before that, though, we got decades-old oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico, may be far worse than reported. This actually happened before BP. Be advised, this is being reported on April 18. We've done nothing but screw up the earth. 20-foot boat likely from Japanese tsunami found in Hawaii. Do not go near it, I would say. Meanwhile, speaking of Fukushima, professors say hundreds of millions of animals have died recently along the West Coast. Worst event ever known. Wiped out at least 20 different species. Marine life also disappearing from Fukushima coast. No crap. That from E&E on April 22nd. It's not going to be good in the coming years, people. Over to strange and bizarre news. Got a lot of strange news. Be advised, adult content coming up. Florida man high on flakka. Attacked officer said he was God. Had sex with a tree, police say. What is flakka? Quit sniffing that flakka. Professional hunter trampled to death by elephant. He was hoping to slay. Some of this news is just kind of off the wall. So no elephant for you. New York judge to consider claims that chimpanzees are legal persons. What? This come out April 21 from Al Jazeera. Meanwhile, we got, I don't know this website, Romania. Woman files for divorce, claims her husband is a werewolf. Okay then, April 23rd, 2015. Woman gets 3 to 7 years for shooting over baconless burger. I said I wanted bacon. That from Hawaii News Now out of Grand Rapids, Michigan is where the story's out of. The Denver Post is reporting mother charged with giving pot brownie to son, who then jumped out the window. Okay then, that didn't go as expected. Remains of Nazi officer discovered inside 100-year-old giant catfish. Check that out. If that's true, then wow. Right on. One more strange story here. China says dinosaur eggs found at construction site. April 22nd. Does that mean we're going to have baby dinosaurs? Or are we going to try to clone these dinosaurs? What are we going to do with that? Speaking of China, Chinese scientists genetically modified human embryos, coming closer to the singularity. Well, maybe not so much the singularity, but put a link to that. And one more in the strange bin. My friend Show Me Baby down in Texas did not steal your cocaine. 2 CIA agents arrested by Minutemen while crossing Mexican border with 1,300 pounds of cocaine. They put a picture of my friend on this article, and he had nothing to do with it. And does it surprise me that the CIA was involved? Absolutely not. For all other news, please check out my favorite videos. I favorited lots of videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. At least pull it up, scan over the titles, see if there's anything over there you don't know about. I got some shout-outs this week. Shout out to Charles Dyer once again this week. Let's see this website, ChristianPatriots.org, did a write-up on Charles Dyer. If you're not aware of him, July 4 Patriot here on YouTube, you're not aware of his story, pull that link up and check it out. We must not forget that man, in my opinion. You are not forgotten around here. Uber driver pulls gun, shoots gunman firing on crowd of people. Shout out to the Uber driver who was armed. Put a link to that story. And I'm going to get crap for this, but I don't care. Shout out to the cop who refuses to resort to deadly force. I wanted to be absolutely sure. You see this guy who just murdered his fiancée, apparently, and coming after this cop. He's steady telling the cop, shoot him, shoot him. I mean, the cop would have been completely justified in shooting this man, but he chose not to, and everybody's still alive. Put a link to that story. Shout out to the 2 police officers. This out of NBC Dallas Fort Worth. 2 officers pull unconscious driver on fire from burning car. We're always talking about the police state and all the bad, but nobody wants to talk about the good. Well, I'll talk about the good, and I don't care who likes it. One more shout out just to end this on a positive note, or some sort of strange and bizarre note, I should say. Meet Tomato Man, a wearable robot that feeds you tomatoes while you run. This came out from International Business Times on February 19th. Pretty cool. I don't know why you would want to eat tomatoes while you're running, but to each their own, whatever. That's all I got, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I think it sucked. It's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see again. Please rate, though. Rate every video you watch. It helps them move around. Whether it's rated up or down, doesn't matter. It goes into the Google Analytics pool, and it helps things and the search engines and whatnot. You can also follow me on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new upload alerts. Those links are always at the bottom. That's all I got. Another crazy week of news. Are we going to have more aftershocks out of this 7.9, 7.5? I don't know. I don't know why there's buoys going off all over that part of the world either, but I guess we'll see what happens. Till the next one, you guys take care, stay safe always. I will see you on the next one.